What's up, everybody? This is Major with Major and Metal, where we talk about metal and guitar stuff, and no women ever listen. Let's try that again. I didn't like that. What's up, everybody? This is Major with Major and Metal, where we talk about guitars and metal and music and stuff like that. We're doing something a little different today, man. We're going with the long form video. Everything I've been doing up till here has just been like shorts of me playing solos and stuff, which, don't get it twisted, love that. A lot of fun. But I think this is just kind of the natural progression because, like, I won't say I'm running out of solos. I'm just running out of stuff I can readily prep in a day or two. Today we're going to be looking at Metallica's One from And Justice for All, 1989. Man, if you had talked to me like a week ago and asked me what's your favorite Metallica song, the answer would have been Blackened. But after someone requested this solo, shout out my dude Steve, I got to learning it, and I was listening to the song, and it's like, I mean, I've known how to play this. I learned this song when I was like 13, 14 years old, like we all did. But after looking at it, it's like, man, there was some seriously killer writing in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to analyze a couple parts, look at it, play at it. It's not going to be the parts you expect. Playing my Bowden, or my Strandberg Bowden NX, I believe this is a standard 7, maybe an NX7, I don't quite remember, to be honest. But it's a great instrument, beautiful instrument. Strandberg does not endorse or sponsor this video, but it'd be pretty cool if they did. All right, either way, let's get into the DAW and see what we got going here. All right, so now we're in the DAW here. I have the bass and drums recorded. Drums are from a MIDI file I found, edited them a little bit, little things here and there to make it a little more human. You can't just, blast everything at 127 and expect it to sound good. Yeah, but what we got going here, we got the bass recorded at a couple parts. This is, our first part here is right before the first verse. Our second part here is after the second chorus and before the breakdown. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here, man, that people don't recognize. But what I want to look at is this pre-verse deal. There's two guitar parts. One part is played by James, the other part by Kirk, of course. But what's cool is both parts are completely independent of each other. You have your guitar line, which is like hell. Something like that. Then you have the acoustic part, which I'll put an acoustic sim on for the recording, but we have like a... which is just a cool deal, man, but both parts are completely independent of each other. It acts as like because it happens after the first chorus as well, but I think it acts as a really cool post-chorus kind of setup for your verse kind of deal. Like, I think it's a really cool part, and people don't talk about it enough. Everyone's like, oh my God, this solo is so cool. It's like, man, yeah, but like, you feel me? So let's go ahead and record this part. We're going to record our clean guitar first. DAW's already set up. All right, let's get into it. This is the clean part. So I don't think people really realize like what's actually happening here in the rhythm guitar part. There's a really cool progression. At its core, it's just D, F, E. Nothing crazy. Fine, but it's the chord extensions that make it really cool. So you start off with this D sus4, which is like, oh, that's pretty. First measure is D sus4. Then you have this little break. It's not really in a particular key. You can just argue it's over the D, but it's got that triplet do. Very nice. Followed by this F9, which is like, okay, I'm into that. Finally resolved to a nice E minor. It's just cool. Good use of open strings, sounds real nice. Let's go on to the other guitars. Now we have the rhythm guitar part. Well, yeah, they're all rhythm guitar, but it's the acoustic deal. And what's cool about this is it is a harmony. Yeah, you just got to hear it. So here we go. Beautiful. But it's not complete if you don't hear the other parts. I'm just going to solo those instruments. But it sounds, I mean, it's really cool when you just listen to them isolated. You can see there's some really cool stuff going on in there. So like, yeah, that's just the acoustic. Just such a cool part, man. Really well written. All right, so that's that. Let's take a look at our next section here. Gotta switch our guitar tone to something a little heavier. The big thing I really want to look at is this polyrhythm that happens here. This song really is a masterclass in like how to construct independent parts that don't step on each other. So let's just take a look at this first part. This is the part that I believe Kirk plays. Which is a pretty cool part in its own. What's really cool is that it's actually mirrored on the second half. In this first half, it's kind of done around the key of A minor, and then once it gets to the second half, it's done at the key of E minor. Sick, man. Just again, man, just a masterclass in writing. Just writing great riffs is what this song really is. We got our rhythm guitar tracked. There's this really nice lead part over it. It's just octave chords done in harmony, but man, it really does add just a little bit on top. So we're gonna go ahead and track that and take a look at that separately as well. Man, just real tasty, just delicious. Well, let's hear it all played back, man. Let's just hear our guitars here. Just the upper guitars. Yeah, man. And especially that last part there, man, it just really adds a sense of air, you know? It's like, man, what is that? It just feels good. Yeah. Yeah, let's keep rolling, man. The next part we're going to get into is kind of a similar, it's a similar deal. We lose our upper harmony, we lose our melody, but we strip down to just the rhythm guitars. But they do, like I said earlier, It's like a mirror of the part we talked about. Before we were in A minor, or at least a key center of A minor. But what really makes this part shine, and I know I keep saying things like that, is how this riff mirrors the previous riff. So initially we had our A minor, G, B, C. For this one we do E minor, D, B, C. And what's kind of cool, they don't do it here, but you can still have that major third over the B, because in the in this key, in the key of E minor, throwing a B dominant in there would, there's nothing wrong with that. It makes absolute sense. That's what you would do. The big thing is this is where the polyrhythm happens, where the drums go, the guitars are in 3/4, the drums go into 4/4. All right, so we got all the rhythm guitar parts tracked. We're just gonna kind of listen to this section and just talk about what's really going on here. One thing that is super sick here is this is where the polyrhythm happens. I'm sorry, the polymeter happens. For those who don't know, a polymeter is when you have two separate time signatures going on at once. So in this case, the guitars are in 3/4 while the drums are in 4/4, and once it hits the that last chord, that C over E minor, everything, at that point, it's like, all right, there's no other reference of time. We are in 4/4 at this point. But we'll take a look at it, just kind of listen to it. We'll point out the shift when it happens. You're not going to miss it. It's very hard to miss. I'd be very surprised if you did. But you're not, because you're smarter than that. So let's just take a listen here. So right now everything's in 3/4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You got that upper guitar outlining that B major, which sounds so great every time. Right there, so great. Right here though. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guitars are still in 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Then at this point, everything hits 4/4. So the big thing right there was just the difference there in time signature, because you heard when the drums went to 4/4, when they switched to 4/4, while the guitar stayed in 3. Let's play that again a little bit. Then back, you hear the 4/4 with everything. That's just sick. But that's really it, man. So thanks for hanging out and listening to me kind of ramble on about it. Metallica is one of my favorite bands. They are a huge reason that I'm into metal and trying to be a lead guitarist. But man, if you like this, like and share. I didn't want to say it, but man, that's whatever. But if you like it, man, share it, talk about it, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If y'all want more stuff like this, man, let me know. I'm happy to do it, because this is really what I'm into. Playing the solos is great, but really kind of stopping and analyzing. That's why the name of the channel is Major in Metal, because we are majoring in metal. Also, of course, I'm playing words for my name. But the idea is that we are studying heavy metal. We are students of heavy metal. Either way, man, let me know what you think. Talk about it in the comments. Like it, share it. Hit that bell. I do not like doing this. All right, y'all. Peace.